And would you just look at that view? That is a view to die for. And welcome back everybody to another episode of our Minecraft Let's Play. And I thought I would demonstrate a little bit of a kind of day in the life of me. But enough about that. It is time to get on with the video and build up this modern house that of course you have seen in the thumbnail. And I know, right? Surprise, surprise, another modern house. So the house will be situated on top of this hill, so just coming off it, and we have our chest up there ready to be filled up with the materials. So next things next is actually to go out and get those materials. So guys, let's go do that. Now that we have all our materials, it is time to get started on our house. But before I do that, guys, we have started a very nasty habit of starting new builds while not completing the interior of our old builds. Now, I know it is very early into the series, so it hasn't had much of a chance to become a habit. But I want to make sure that it doesn't at all. So that is why today, before we build this house, we are going to be finishing up the interior of our previous build. So I know we have a lot of space to play with. So this is going to be a lot of fun building this up. And I'm thinking of even adding in a little bee farm. I know we got a bee farm on the outside, but we need something practical where we don't need to keep going and using it ourselves. So the first thing was to add in some walls so we can map out the rooms and add in our door frames and the flooring. And wow, this is already looking a lot better. And now with that in, it was time to add in some furniture. And I wanted to go and use some coral as a type of design for a carpet. But the problem with that is that we haven't found a warm ocean biome where the coral is found. So it was time to get back onto that horse and go out exploring. However, my horse had disappeared. So I'm not sure how this happened, but I went on the search. What felt like minutes quickly turned into hours of searching, and I just could not believe it. I think I lost my horse that I spent a whole episode looking for. But it wasn't until I decided that I needed some sand that I found him. This had meant that my horse had traveled across 100 blocks while I was putting in the flooring. So I hopped right back on him and took him back to base and then tied him up for good. And now with that done, we could finally go out in search of this warm ocean biome. And you won't believe what happened next. First, I died. A creeper blew me up because I was not paying attention. Then the most stupidest thing I could have done happened. I decided to take my horse with me so we could get to where I died a lot quicker before my stuff despawned. But because I didn't save my coordinates when I died, I don't actually know where my stuff was. So then I became lost again. So I did what any logical person would do, and I decided to kill myself just so I can get back to base and just make all my tools up again. But it was fine. I left my horse on a lead tied to a fence. So I knew where he was because I saved the coordinates this time. So in future, when I need him, I'll just go back out and grab him. But I was determined. I was on a mission to find this biome, and I decided to head in the complete opposite direction because I was having no luck. Almost 3,000 blocks away, I came across a mesa biome, which was awesome. I took note of this because I would need those materials for a future build. Then not long after, I found the biome. And with all this coral, it was time to get harvesting. Now to start placing our furniture. And just like that, we now have a bit of an interior. So we've got a few chandeliers in our entranceway, and to the right we have a couch with a nice shaggy carpet, and we got some cool little art designs. I don't know, I just played around with it. We have some of these display cases over here as well, which I don't know what I'm going to put in yet. And of course, at the back here we have our honey farm, and these guys are going so well, and just look at what they are producing. Now, with half the interior done, we still need to do the left side of the house, and I'm wanting to put in a fish tank. So that means we have to go back out there and grab some tropical fish. And since we're going out, we may as well go and get our horse back. And success. And to grab a few fishies. And on the way back, we came across a shipwreck. And this gave me a bright idea. I was going to use the buried treasure maps and those trims to put into our display cabinets back at that house. Now that we're finally back, let's finish off this interior. And with these gorgeous fish finally in, I think it's time to give them some names. He's a bit of a tricky fella. And done. Just to think that this empty bit of a house has now turned into a living space. Only issue is, don't look upstairs. Bruh. That can be a different episode job. And you guys would not believe it. Carrie has been working his butt off and creating heaps and heaps of wheat for us. Now we can eat bread safely, knowing that Gary is gonna resupply us straight away. Good on you, Gary. I'm proud of you. Now, I don't know about you guys, I think we've put off building this new house long enough. So, let's get right into it. And I am so happy with how this has turned out. Unfortunately, no interior, but I think that's off-camera type of thing. The good thing is, from a distance, it looks really good. It really ties this area together, and it gives it, I don't know, it just pops out, because this is a very dark sort of area. We've got some dark builds, you know, some pretty modern builds, and then you just got this white, pink, lavish house. But guys, there's one more thing that we need to do. So earlier in the episode, I talked about kind of using armor stands for the display cabinet in that interior that we did. So I'm going to go do that real quick. And yeah, I really like this. It does look a bit weird that they're just floating like that. But besides that, I'm pretty happy with them. And if we need to add in a bit of a stand for them, we can do that later on. But right now, they don't look too bad. So we'll just keep that as it is. But guys, that's going to be it for today's episode. I know this episode is really short, but keeping it short just makes it more entertaining and easier to put together. Especially since this YouTube thing isn't my full-time job, so I don't have all the hours in the day to record and edit videos. And we did also manage to get in some flooring up here, so we kind of mapped out the master bedroom and a little hallway over here and probably just a guest bedroom. And we played around with this little, I guess, kind of creeping vine thing. But besides that, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Peace out.